I'm Andy, I teach mythology and folklore, and this is Tantalizing Myths. For Prometheus' next trick, he outright defies Zeus and steals fire from Olympus, sneaking a coal into a fennel stalk. Fun fact, the Olympic torch has ties both to this myth of Prometheus and to Hestia, goddess of the hearth. Why is Prometheus doing this? I mean, he already torqued off Zeus and got away with it. The trick with the meat shows that Prometheus has guts. Stick it to the man, power to the people, long live rock and roll. But to come back to steal fire seems a little on the reckless side, especially given that Zeus threw all of the other titans into Tartarus. There's daring and there's stupid. We also have to consider Prometheus' name, forethought. He has to know what's coming his way. Ultimately, this story doesn't end well for Prometheus. Even if he doesn't have Delphic oracle levels of foresight, he has to know that stealing something from the king of the gods, especially after tricking him with the meat, will not end well. The only answer has to be that he thinks it's worth it. Why? From Zeus's words, people might assume that this is only about cooking. And yes, I'm in favor of cooking. Steak tartare is not my thing. But fire is more than cooking. There's the obvious, warmth and light, which are infinitely useful, but that's only the beginning. Graves tells us Prometheus learned medicine, metallurgy, and other useful arts from Athena and passed them on to mankind. Parallel Myths adds in that Prometheus knew that mortals would need fire in order for civilization to develop. Cooking, pottery, and metalwork all require fire. And there it is. Fire is the keystone to civilization. This unlocks any number of technological advancements to humanity. Metallurgy and pottery advance tools and construction techniques. Cooking and pottery preserve food in a way that was previously unavailable. Their ability to survive and conquer the elements skyrockets with fire. Fire is knowledge, and as the old adage goes, knowledge is power. With one theft, mankind has become something to be reckoned with, far beyond the clay action figures they started out as. This is what Zeus denied them. Fire catapults humanity's progress. Prometheus likely foresaw this, but then, according to Hesiod, Zeus did too, saying, "Son of Iapetus, surpassing all in cunning, you are glad that you have outwitted me and stolen fire. A great plague to you yourself and to men that shall be. But I will give men as the price for fire an evil thing in which they may all be glad of heart while they embrace their own destruction." Now, as I've also talked about with Lilith's myths, I'm reluctant to base an interpretation solely on a translation as they can be wildly variable. Hesiod's second line refers to Pandora, whom we'll talk about in the next video. But there's the idea in this first line that the fire itself will be the plague. And as is typical of Hesiod, all the good things come from kindly Prometheus, while all the bad things end up coming from Zeus the Counselor and wise Zeus and far-seeing Zeus. Clearly, Hesiod has issues, but fortunately, I do have some ideas on how to illustrate the plague of fire, but that's for later. Though there is the promise of a price, this price will once again target humanity, while Prometheus seemingly gets away free. Stay tuned as we shift away from Prometheus and over to Pandora on the next Tantalizing Myths.